Welcome back to Off the Record, and we've got Dunn in the hot seat today.
Hey. Okay.
Hot seat is we got the hottest seat in the world with even hotter questions, where we literally just gonna bombard you with questions. You just gotta answer them, right? Just be as truthful as possible. Everybody can tell who's a liar here, but we're gonna start it off real cool and cold.
Prepare to declassify every file in your brain.
Declassify.
And Bart's gonna start it off real cool and lukewarm, and then we'll build up the heat. All right?
All right, let's do a
lukewarm question, dude.
If you had to pick one for the rest of your life.
One what?
If you had to pick one for the rest of your life, would it be a pogo stick or skip it?
Jesus, dude, you're so good.
Pogo
at
stick.
this.
Pogo stick, why?
Over a skip it?
Because you can travel further on the distance. You can use it as a tool.
Good answer.
Smart.
If there was a unicycle in the form of a pogo stick, would you ride it?
Logistically explain how that would work.
Can you draw this diagram, please?
Can you explain that? Can you?
All right, imagine a unicycle, right? And then you sit on the unicycle, and it's a stick.
Make sure
like
you
a
know
pogo
which way
stick.
the stick's pointing, by the way.
And then you bounce all the way down.
Flesh-colored unicycle.
No.
Okay, good answer.
You currently in a relationship?
I am.
Okay, so I'm not gonna ask too many weird questions about relationship stuff.
Let's
That
go.
was for me. That was a censoring for me thing.
Wow, alliance?
How long have you been together?
About 2 years.
Is she subscribed?
I'll
Subscribed? I hope so.
I have a question. Okay, so a follow-up to that is, so like, you know, you do a lot of macho shit, right? And this is what I noticed. It's pretty funny, right? So like, you come from a place where bullets are flying at you. You're a soldier. All this stuff. Did you have, when you came back to the civilian world, did you have a nervous feeling when you came up and talked to women?
100%, yeah.
Right? Because I noticed that like there'll be like crazy fighters and like all these like dudes that are like doing macho shit, and then when it comes to like girls, they're like, fuck, they're back in junior high mode, and like I don't know what to do. What am I gonna say?
Because they only know how to flirt with dudes?
They know how to flirt with death, is what I'm saying.
What I'm talking about,
Oh, I
man.
like that, Joe.
Wow.
But it's a different feeling, right? It's like a different world.
Completely, yeah.
Were you in a relationship while you were in Afghanistan?
Depends.
Is that where you were?
deployment.
Afghanistan?
Yeah.
What was your most recent deployment?
To the Philippines.
To the Philippines? And you were in a relationship during then?
This last one, no.
And
I
then-
mean, my most recent one, no. It's in
Got it.
2017. No.
And then in Afghanistan, you also were in a relationship.
I was in a relationship.
You
in
were?
Afghanistan, yeah.
How did you have sex? Did you write sex through papers? Like, what was the horniest or most romantic thing you've done? Like, have you just
While
on
in
an
Afghanistan,
envelope
right?
send it, or you ever send her? She has sent you panties with
Send panties. When you got some panties in the mail, dude, it's like,
Ooh!
What about in the letter? Did they write a sex story?
yeah, they write set.
Did you go yes and then put on her panties?
Or does your commanding officer like take it and like read it first and then like give it to you?
No, they won't do that.
What does she say? Well, like, what are some of the things that like, got you going good?
I can't wait to rip off, or I can't wait for you to rip off these panties off of me.
Oh, that's pretty tight. And she sent them to you, bro.
Is quite the author.
She's quite the author.
Do you guys over there like, you know, share things like that?
Yeah, we talk about. I
mean share like, oh man, Nick's mad lonely. Hey dude, just sniff this panty.
Like, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
You sniff mine, I'll sniff yours, and you guys take it and switch it.
Oh, my first appointment to Iraq, my cousins sent me a fleshlight.
Whoa! And then did you?
That's a good gift, though.
Do you know what a dark night is?
So when you had the fleshlight,
Did you pass it around?
Your turn, dude.
Yeah, for a fee. You know what I mean? For a fee.
You were a fleshlight pimp? He was a fleshlight.
Condom, dog. You wearing a condom? Were you gonna fuck my fleshlight?
I don't want to wear a condom. You better give me 2 packs of cigarettes.
You MREs, bro.
where your fleshlight was during a deployment?
Yeah,
Which?
in Iraq.
What was your go-to place to use the fleshlight?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you don't have much options. You know, that big bay I was talking about with 30 dudes sleeping in it, and then you had like a wood shack, a porta john that you took a shit in. So it's one of those.
Damn.
So when you're jacking off with you know, like your platoon or squad, right? You got your unit there. Everyone's in buck with the boys.
In the bay with people.
Yeah.
So when there's people there, right? A part of me, if I was there, this is, you know, I'd actually be self-conscious about, man, am I gonna come too quick? Because I don't want my boys around. You know, I don't want them to be like, yo, Joe, you come quick. Started, he just came. I think I would like act out a little bit.
Are they gonna roast
So then
you?
people would be like, damn, Joe jacks off a long time, huh? Because I need a, I don't know, my pride would be hurt a little bit. Like, have you considered that? Like,
You want people to go, damn, Joe went at it all night long.
He was on that flesh. He's that marathon.
Well, I guess you gotta look at the rest of the platoon, and if like 6 or 7 people have like really, as long as you outlast them, you're like in the clear, right?
because sometimes I do that when I'm pissing, right? And I'm like, oh, this is one of those pees where I thought I had to pee, but I don't gotta pee that much. But the guy next to me is peeing for a long time, and now I don't want to be a fucking 2-second pee guy. I'm gonna stand here like I'm still peeing.
I thought that was just me, man. Thank you for sharing, bro.
So that's how I would feel if I'm in a
Be a man. Be a man.
I'm all jacking off, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I
dude.
want to finish right now, but like, damn, it's only
Everybody's
been like 30
timing, yeah.
seconds and shit. They're timing me right now, dude.
But I bet you're trying to rush though. You're trying to get that shit over with, kind of. Huh?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to be.
You don't want to miss the mission.
Joe's trying to be the man, you know?
What's the nastiest jack off thing that you did over there that only makes sense over there? Like you would never do here. But
Probably
because-
all of it.
but
Don't you think jacking off in a platoon of 30 people on one bed?
that's one of them. Yeah, that's one of them. But
Okay, so other than that,
did you like fucking let's jack off together or like you know?
You guys sharing phones?
I love Don's face right now, dude. He's all like,
Let's share hands.
Yeah.
Are you telling me?
Let's do hands so it feels like it's a different person. You know, I'm so used to myself.
I know this is we're just
double
imitating it,
Dutch
but I still feel uncomfortable.
the double Dutch what?
The double Dutch rudder?
Double Dutch rudder.
It's where you hold the guy's hand.
Like, what's the?
No, it's like when I'm holding my dick, you're holding your dick, and I'm grabbing your bicep. And I'm just working that for you right there.
Why is it Dutch?
What's the?
Because I'm not gonna touch your dick. That's gay.
What's the nastiest thing that you've done?
I don't know. Probably share porn. I don't know, man. It gets. Dude, I don't know.
Oh yeah, what kind of materials are you guys watching? Are you guys using imagination? You guys using Spank?
No, we have we had a hard drive and everybody was sharing it, and we didn't have laptops over at the time, so everybody was using an iPod with a screen.
Oh shit!
It's like one with a little circle thing on
The
it.
one you
What?
you scroll up and down like
You know what I'm talking about? And I was like, hey, I'm done. Pass it to the next guy.
So it's like passing around a Playboy, but on an iPod.
Yeah.
It's pretty high tech.
Yeah.
That's pretty tight though, actually.
All
And you
right.
put
So,
the headphones into?
Headphones in and everything, full blast.
so you said like, you know, even before the military, right? Like you always were able to perform under pressure, right? And then you think after the military, like having bullets fly around you, you feel like you can perform even better now under pressure?
I would say it depends what type of pressure, because people could feel social pressure, people could feel fear, people could feel sexual pressures.
So like,
So in the environment, it depends on how you view it, and then how you kind of react to it. So
okay, so like let's say something that does give you pressure, like I don't know, like being in a business meeting or something that you're not familiar with, right? How do you deal with it when you feel that nervousness or like, oh shit, my emotions are taking over and I can't think clear?
first, I think it's like, hey, this is a first world problem. I'm not getting shot at. I'm not, you know, I'm not about to die. And then the next one is just breathe. You know, I do a lot of breath work, breathing exercise to kind of help you put you in the right mental state. So
All right, I'm gonna get personal, okay? Because this applies to me. When you feel petty and you want to fucking demolish the shit of somebody who maybe offended you, right?
Like crossed you.
Maybe a middle-aged to an older white dude in a business meeting who you just want to destroy because of the way he spoke to you.
Or a random Asian kid at JJ's Hong Kong Cafe.
True. Shout out to that random Asian kid, man.
That's why undercuts are illegal, okay? For this young man.
Yeah, he did have an undercut.
But yeah, like let's say it's like like you know that petty moment takes over, right? And you're just like, man, I want to be petty right now and I want to talk some shit, but it's not professional. What do you do in that point? Like how do you stay stoic without being like I'm just gonna fucking go for it?
well, you got to remember the reason why you're in that situation.
That's good advice.
That's really good advice.
Yeah, because like, hey, are you there to make a business deal to not lose 20 grand a month?
Yeah.
Or are you there to fucking be petty and talk shit to some white guy?
Today's video is brought to you by Audible.
You know, these days, I like to listen to things to kind of help me improve. Because I feel like when we first started JK and Barbell, like I would study a bunch, right? And then you use those tools and then you would implement it. And then I feel like, oh man, I feel like I reached my plateau or my ceiling on the next know-how. So I need to get more know-how in my brain. And I love Audible because I have a ton of audiobooks. And my favorite part about that is especially when the author is the same person speaking.
Oh, that's the best.
Because you can hear the emotions.
Yeah.
You could hear their like speech cadence, and it feels like they're talking directly to you. And especially like on these long drives, I'm just driving, I could either listen to booty shaking for 4 hours, or I could actually learn and increase my brain powers.
I like booty shaking too. It increases my penis powers.
Yeah.
But learning sometimes is a lot better because you can grow from that. Even though the other way you can grow down there. But then the point I'm trying to make here is that Audible is pretty awesome, and they have podcasts, they have stories, they have all kinds of cool things, so much content to check out. And if you're a new member, you get 30 days free.
Which is amazing, and I highly recommend you check it out. Because if you don't like it, there's nothing that's gonna cost you, you know? You can just be like, oh, I don't really like it, that wasn't for me. And that's completely cool. But if that interests you, go check it out. Go to audible.com/offtherecord or text off the record to 500-500. That's audible.com/offtherecord or text off the record to 500-500.
So exactly.
Don't compromise the objective.
I got what I wanted, right? So a mission accomplished. Every single point, mission accomplished. Now the PTSD of it is I'm replaying my mind and going, oh, but I wish I did it this way. Do you ever go through that? So it's like mission accomplished?
Everybody has regrets and like, hey, I could have done this better, I could have done this better, but you can't change anything in the past. You got to take the experiences that you learn and like the lessons learned from that experience, then apply it to the next one. So you really can't.
That's so good. I was hoping you would give me revenge techniques, but goddamn.
We're at the 11-minute mark of the video. This is where we like to turn up the heat a little bit. So we're gonna turn up the heat. Okay. You ready for this? I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask an honest question. I'm asking. It's not
true though.
I'm gonna ask an honest question. You don't have to answer though, even though it's hot seat.
Alright.
You ever kill anybody?
Yes.
What was that like? Your first time?
I mean, it depends on what kind of situation you're in, right? Are you getting shot at? Are you just defending your friends? Are you defending yourself?
I'm just asking you about your situation.
The first time.
Yeah, your first time.
Yeah, it was I mean, like most of the firefights over there or gunfights over there, you're at 100 to 300 meters away. So if you get in a gunfight, you know all your homies are going to be there to back you up, and they're also going to be in the gunfight. That's what they live for. So like when someone dies on the road, on the corner of it, like, are you the guy that killed them? Maybe, maybe not. Are you the guy that killed them?
So it's just chaotic and it's far away. You just don't know if you actually got it confirmed or not.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I wasn't a sniper, so like they weren't gonna tell me like, hey, you got that one shot, one kill kind of situation for that. You know, I'm also like dropping bombs. When you drop a bomb, like you're killing whatever is in that area. You know, and sometimes we have the ability to go over there and check if our effects were what we wanted to be. Sometimes we didn't.
I wouldn't even, yeah, that's true, because I wasn't even considering the fact that, like, okay, when I think of this, I'm thinking of a very personal, like, you're breaking into, like, a compound, right? Like a SWAT team, and then you're coming in and you're eliminating someone that's, like, maybe 10 feet away. But then your job was actually calling in a drone or some kind of bomb,
deployment
right?
was. Like, we definitely kicked in doors, we were in the house, you know, and we were in that situation as well, but so that's why I'm saying it depends on what kind of situation, how you feel about it. The closer you are, of course, like the more impacted you are by it because you see it like firsthand. So in that situation, it's a little bit different.
Which is the one that impacted you the most, in either a good or bad way?
I mean, there's definitely situations I'm definitely not proud of the things that happen over there, of course, and those are the ones that impacted me a lot heavier than.
Like it's still like haunts you till this day?
Yeah, for sure.
Is it so I wasn't listening to on Rogan. Was it that guy Dakota?
Dakota Myers?
Yeah. But there was one where it was like, or it was a Marcus Luttrell, I forgot, but one of them was saying they were in a man-to-man situation, both have no more rounds, and it was literally I win or you win. So he had like a rock in his hand, and just pounding the head, right? And it's like, he says, at that split moment when you're looking eye to eye, that's really when you just see the humanity in people, where both people just want to survive. But they know only one person's making it out.
That's intense.
It's like, holy fuck, it's gotta be me, you know, and the other, and you could see like that person and, you know, that in their eyes. And it was just like really, really intense. Did you ever experience something like that?
Thank God I've never been into a hand-to-hand combat situation. I can only imagine what that would be like, but that'd be crazy.
Because that makes it so personal, right? With just blunt objects, that's so primal. Versus like let's say if you're a guy just doing drone strikes, it still affects them, but then it's
a little bit
like,
removed. A little bit. No.
It's not as real. Like it is real, but it's also very like you're looking at a computer screen, you know?
Yeah, but I'll also like to caveat is that like the trauma that a drone pilot goes through, or the trauma that maybe like Marcus Luttrell or whoever Dakota Miser was, could be the same exact level to them.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so everyone's different. So it's like hard to challenge like, oh, you haven't been through shit and all that stuff. People like in the military and the veterans community is kind of like that, which is shitty. But it shouldn't be like that, you know. It'd be like, you went through your own shit, I went through my own shit, and we should still.
What was the situation that was the craziest to you?
Probably can't talk about that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah.
Was there ever a moment when you were out there that you didn't believe in what you were doing, but you still had to go forward with it?
I would say like when you're in that situation, when you're on deployment, you're so sucked into the situation that's going around you. Your environment is your world, right? Because you don't have much communications with back at home. So like if you're getting shot at, like that's your world. Like I don't want to get shot at. I want to go home to my family, so I'm going to focus on not getting shot at or killing the guys that are trying to shoot me or my friends. And that becomes your world. So it's not like I don't want to do this anymore. It comes a little bit of survival, a little bit of joy, a little bit of excitement when you gotta do cool things. So it's like a mixture of that kind of
like tunnel vision in a way, huh?
It's 100%.
Yeah. Knowing all the stuff that you've been through, if you have a kid and they go, I want to be a raider like you, Pops, would you say do it?
I would let him decide on whatever he wants to do in life, for sure. But I would give him the information that he needed to understand a little bit about what he's about to go through, so that way he can prepare a little bit more, so he can go into the situation not being blindsided by all that.
Were you blindsided as a raider, or did you know what you were going to get yourself into?
I think I was definitely blindsided in the right way, where like, hey, it was like a rude awakening for me to stop stealing clothes or whatever I was doing at the time, and getting into the military. Then I got a taste of the adrenaline and that kind of lifestyle. Then I wanted more of it. I wanted more in a professional environment. I wanted to do cooler things with the skills, and I believe that I had the skills to do that. So
like your first deployment, when you're just with your like regular unit, were you infantry or whatever? So like that kind of, I guess, work is different from special ops work, right? Like it's like one is like super crazy dangerous job versus the other one is like more like maintenance.
I would not say it's any more dangerous. Depends on the area that you're at. Depends on the enemy that you're fighting at the time. But the difference for me, the huge difference was in a regular infantry unit, you were very reactive to the things that was happening around you. So we got shot at, we shoot back. We get shot at, we try to chase these guys down, you know? And in the special operations, we were actively hunting these guys. We were actively collecting information to figure out where they live, where they sleep, where they eat, and then we do our job in that manner.
So it's like ninja assassin unit versus like, guards. Or something.
But like the assets that you have in a special operations team, you have a lot of intelligence like assets. In infantry, like you have maybe a helicopter that flies by once every 3 days that could look at something for you.
Got it.
So did you feel safer in the normal infantry unit versus special ops?
No, I felt a lot safer in a really bad area with special operations than
because of the resources.
Yeah, because like you're the first one to get, if you call like what they call a TIC, so like troops in contact. Like you're getting air asset in Afghanistan probably in like 10 minutes. So if you could survive for 10 minutes, you got bombs coming, you got guns coming, you got airships coming to come save your ass.
Have you ever?
I think we're gonna. Have you ever been in a situation where you're like, oh shit, we're all gonna get wiped out? Like, and then they come to rescue you, and it's like a movie, and you're like, he came to last minute.
I personally have never been in that situation. I've always been on the better side of the fight.
Yeah.
And I would like to say that it's because my team planned our missions well. Where we were
So no Black Hawk Down type of situation.
We definitely had a Marine helicopter crash right outside of our base, and it took like a 3-day firefight to get that thing and the ordnance and then back in.
Were you part of the firefight for 3 days?
Yes, I was.
Holy shit.
And then how long did you guys plan for the mission?
We didn't plan for it. The helicopter was taken off from our camp after picking up some guys or whatever it is, and on the way out it got shot and it crashed like 300 meters outside of our base.
And then are you guys close to supplies and stuff?
We were just on our base.
Oh, on the base. Oh, okay.
On our base.
So then you had to go and try to rescue.
Like at 3 o'clock in the morning, we went out, picked up the pilots and everything like that, but we started getting shot at, so we had to leave all the Hellfires, all the rockets, the missiles inside the helicopter. And then there's also crypto, which is the like the secret key for communications inside that helicopter, the way we communicate. So
Oh, I thought you guys used Bitcoin. I was like, God damn.
different.
They have,
I mean, it's,
crypto in the helicopter.
yeah, it's a cryptographic key that they use, you know. So, but we had to either destroy it, which they didn't want. They wanted us to retrieve all the missiles because it's a shit ton of money. So, in order to get that helicopter and everything back in, it was like a 3-day gunfight to get it back.
And you're just awake for 3 days?
No, we rotated, pushed out depending on where we were, and then after the second day, we've been awake for 2 days. We had another team that came out and helped us.
So you had to salvage it piece by piece back to the base?
We literally just hooked 2 big like military tow trucks on it, dragged it as far as we can behind cover, and then
While under fire, though.
Holy shit.
You have to put the hooks on while under fire.
yeah.
Crazy.
On a brighter note, what's the moment?
Back to the iPod porn is what he's saying.
On a brighter note, in your whole like military career, what's like the most GI Joe shit where you're like, fuck yeah, this is why I joined? Like, was there like, it could be in training, it could be on deployment, but is there one where you're like, either helicopter going over the ocean and you have fins on? Like, what was like that moment that you're like, fuck yeah, this is why I joined this shit?
I mean, I think like on my second to last deployment, we were in the Philippines with this Navy squadron with HSC 85. It's like the special operations of the Navy for pilots. But we flew around and we literally we're like shooting sniper rifles in the Philippines, and we flew over Manila, coming back in, and like just kind of that surreal, and your feet's hanging out of the helicopter.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, this is fucking
I feel like Bruce Willis right now.
sick, you know? Like that I still miss to this day. Like
And that was train, like when you're shooting out of the helicopter, was that training?
training,
Okay.
we're just training, yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick. Hey, thank you for sharing, man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you for your service, man.
Yeah, thank you for your service.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, that shit's
Pretty
crazy.
cool, man.
That's fucking so cool. I can't believe we know a Marine Raider.
Yeah, at least you went over to war versus, you know, just.
Yes, dude.
No, I don't doubt it, but, you know, this fool roast on me all goddamn day. I gotta get one in, you know.
Second place this guy, bro.
No,
He's a piece of shit.
I gotta sweep the warehouse, dude. It's getting dirty in there.